the best practice. What works in a particular situation or environment? Teaching is an art. When you are in a classroom, 40 odd students are sitting in front of you. What you are giving to them in the particular situation or environment, whether you are capable to go up to the mind level of a student, whether you are able to read the brain of a student, whether you are able to attract the student to yourself. Because teaching does not mean that you have to speak continuously on a particular topics and giving all the knowledge blindly. No, not at all. You have to check the situation of a particular individual student. If 40 students are sitting in front of you, it means 40 different brains with different ability and capability. So it's a huge task for a trainer, for a teacher to attract the attention of all these 40 students and then throw the topics so that they can understand National Education Policy 2020 is introduced by the Government of India. What is the main aspects of this policy? We have to reach up to the brain level of the student to make them more competitive, to create the things within them, to motivate them to think about themselves, about the whole, what is happening around. On any different day, we will definitely talk about the National Education Policy also, what are the main fundamentals and what are the different things that are being introduced in this particular policy. So best practices, what is the situation or what is the environment, and in this particular era, whether we are able to control the things within a class, whether we are able to produce such type of teaching learning process that each and every second must be utilized in a good way so that the student come with all zeal and sitting in your class beautifully. Classification of the best practices, that is a clear and common focus. My dear teachers, the most important fundamentals is the vision and focus. A student is coming from his or her home and attending a school. If we are able to focus our student and we are able to give a clear vision to the student, what is the basic need, what is the basic fundamentals for which you peoples are attending over here, and that is a clear and common focus. Stakeholder clearly articulated and understood common goals based on the fundamental beliefs. Students are sitting in front of you in the class. You are going to give a lecture on any subject, whatever you are having. Whether you are able to make them to focus for what we are here, what is going to be for next 35 minutes. So this is the best practices that we have to see within the class. And now what is the expectation that a administrator or a student is expecting, that a high standard and expectation, all student can learn and I can teach them effectively. The basic things, whenever I think, when I compare the two individual schools, and when I just comparison, I go for the comparison out of these 2 or 3 or 4, which one is good, I never go behind the stuff of student, because all the students are extraordinary who are sitting in front of you. It is the difference in the quality of the teachers. And this is the reason why the training, why the counseling, why the motivation, not only the student but the teacher is required. because it is the only teacher which can change the fundamentals of a student. And this is what the expectation from a teacher. So this is one also again one of the best practices that we are going to have for a particular teacher within a class. If a group of students are waiting for a teacher for the next lecture, it means everything is beautiful. If the student expecting, okay, we have to see and it will be okay, then that and that, then we have to see in which department we people are lacking. Now, some of the more fundamental point that I want to describe with you: strong leadership. That's one of the most important parameter for a teacher. He or she should have some good leadership. Leadership means we have to lead from the front. Student must take you as an example, as a role model in each and every department. Not only in the classroom you are supposed to go and teach a particular subject. Your personality, your behavior, even your wearing concept, dressing, your way of speaking, your smiling, each and every parameter, each and every department is very, very important. So the vision that I had just talked before 2 minutes, that the vision, you must have the vision for the student, and that is much more important. If you are having vision, then only you are going to have some success, otherwise it's going to be useless. Third, we have the sporty, personalized and relevant learning. Sporty, personalized and relative learning, it's a very, very important, because whenever we are going to hold a particular lecture, because all these type of trainings meant to consolidate the teaching learning process. You are teaching, students are learning, they are listening to you, and if it is going to be perfect, then only the things get work. Supportive, everything, your coordination among the student must be at the peak. Your coordination with the administrator must be at the peak. Your coordination with yourself must be at the peak. Then the personalized and relevant learning. Although we are having so many points to discuss, that how we can make all these things beautiful and easy to handle. I'm teaching from the last 27 years. My subject is chemistry. Still I'm teaching in 11th and 12th standard as a subject teachers. So we are having so many methods of teaching, in which even I used to ask the student, learn it on the spot, and that is possible, just possible. And I have done it in my whole career. Parent and community, and that is the most important concept, how we can involve the parents and community to consolidate all the things that we are going to be supposed to do on the surface. Next thing that I want to have discuss with you, the curriculum instruction, professional development, and these are the things, best practices for a teacher in the classrooms involve all the parameters and points and consolidated things that are related with the student